And myth number one is that to truly grow your business and to scale up, you need to diversify your traffic. The reality, that's not true. You don't need to have 10 channels driving traffic to your website to be able to grow. I think you only need two channels to scale. Something that works and something that brings in repeat customers.
I like that view. Another way I will phrase that for people is you need two plans: your make money today plan and your make money tomorrow plan. And that's just a different perspective on that same idea. Or another way to do it might be like, okay, I always like to go, people go, hey, how do I grow? How do I scale? I go, well, what works? Do more of that and less of what doesn't work. And so if you have one channel that you could attribute return on ad spend on, it works really well, just keep doubling down on that, see how far it'll go. But at the same time, I get it. I think the diversifying is not about growing. It's about defanging it. It's about taking the risk away. And so that's why, ideally you do like, all right, 80% of my budget goes to the thing I know works and I just keep doubling down on it. And 20% of my marketing budget goes to, I'm going to experiment with other channels. And I think that's okay. But again, that's also, that's a variation on, the today, tomorrow strategy.
And it really depends on where people are in their journey, right? So
Absolutely.
early on, I think there's a tendency when you're just getting started to try to like see all the things other companies are doing. And you maybe like, I remember talking to someone, they're like, well, we saw Subway ads in New York City for Casper. Should we think about running Subway ads? And they were doing like $50,000 a month in sales. I was like, no, definitely not. Like right now, your goal is to find one thing that works and see how far you can take it. Once that's going, then you can diversify it. If you look at a lot of like the top brands that people know of, whether that's like movement watches, initially it was Facebook ads, or, Four Sigmatic, for example, you'll hear them on podcasts all the time. Away, they grew a lot with affiliates initially. Like every travel blogger was just flogging these Away bags for months and months. And what's interesting is I feel like so much of the top of the results go to like the top 1%. And that's why it's so important for you to be really, really good at one thing. But I totally agree with you, Kurt. Later on, when you've got massive risk tied up and you're spending $50K a month in Facebook ads or and you're feeling totally exposed, that's when it's time to defang it and diversify.